The Objective Geek makes no claim of ownership of the movie footage in this video, which is owned entirely by the copyright holders, and only uses footage for critical review and commentary under fair use. This video in no way intends to replicate or act as a replacement for viewing the original film legitimately. Hi, my name's Shawn Shaler, and this is my friend Chris, aka the Objective Geek of YouTube and Twitter. I'm going to go with fame this week because you're almost at 1,000 subscribers, and I don't know 1,000 people, so I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I am. Yes.
This is a presumptuous 1,000 followers special, is what this is.
Well, by the time this comes out, maybe I will. Although the way I trend, I'm trending probably about 40 new subscribers a month, I would say. So I have like 930 now. Nah, it'll be a couple months.
Well, this video is going to put you over the top because people are gonna scramble to watch this video right here. Because instead of watching college football, which is my favorite sport, or the NBA, which is your favorite sport,
that's true.
We are watching. It's so hard to say out loud. We're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, but not the good one, the live-action one. And for some context here, Chris has seen it, I don't know, twice, three times.
Honestly, I've seen it far more times than I need to see it. I've seen it maybe 4 times, which is 3.5 times more than a person who needs to see it.
I have never seen it, but I watch a lot of YouTube, and I don't care about getting spoilers and stuff, so I know what happens. I know things. I've basically seen enough of it. I haven't seen it all together, and I'm also a gray area person, so I imagine that I probably won't hate it maybe as much as other people, or I could be totally wrong.
The thing is, I'm not a hateful person at all. I tend to hate when people
we're both pretty gray area people. It's just entertainment, and we're both pretty aware of that. We get it.
But I really hate this movie. And I legitimately had hate in my heart for M. Night Shyamalan for a while. I really thought to myself, if I see this guy on the street, I'm gonna punch him in the face, but then thank him for making some other movies.
Because M. Night Shyamalan started good,
yes,
and then had some really weird stuff and some bad stuff, and but now he's.
I love his early movies.
The recent 2, the back end of the trilogy for
Unbreakable trilogy. I love those films.
And the last 2 came out within a year of each other or something, didn't they?
Yes. Split, really and then Glass. Yeah, then they came out year after year.
I have no love for him whatsoever because the only one of those I've seen is Unbreakable, and I don't even like The Sixth Sense. I do like Unbreakable. I'll probably watch the other 2 at some point. Long story short, this is a long time coming for me, and we've been talking about it for a while. Also, just an excuse to get together in person. We are in an actual nerd cave.
This isn't like a CGI split.
Right, this isn't. I'm not a good video editor. I would have no idea how to do this. And so, yeah, we're just
in some random guy's basement. Don't know who.
It is a little sad that you've got the glorious nerd wall over there. It's when you watch Chris' other videos, it's usually over there where all the cool stuff is. But here it's just a couch, and it's no offense.
It really is sad. This angle is terrible. There's literally
every other way. There's great posters all back here. I'll watch these posters more than I watch the movie. And then over here you got the nerd wall. But at the same point, it's like my nerd cave in the fact that all the good stuff is on the same wall as the camera. And I think that's really dumb. Someday I'll turn the camera around. I'll show you my whole nerd cave. It's better than it shows in the camera, and I don't know why I do that. But long story short, I'm already procrastinating just to try to put it off. We've been saying we would watch this in between seasons for a while now, because I assume in between the actual seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, we'll have way more interesting stuff to do. So we decided with the holidays coming up, we would do this now and just get it over with, basically. And then when we're done, I have this dream that we're going to film a shot-for-shot remake of the Office Space scene where they smash the printer. Only we'll be doing it with this exact DVD. I won't do it with your DVD. I'll go buy a different copy of the DVD.
Maybe I should never watch this again. For the longest time, I told myself that I bought this as punishment for having the original series on bootleg for so long.
That's right.
And so I had to go out and buy it. But I think I redeemed myself.
This is sort of your way of supporting something that didn't otherwise deserve to be supported.
I've redeemed myself since then. I have the Blu-ray collection now of the original series. I bought every single season of Legend of Korra. I have all these comic books.
You've paid your dues.
And then I rebought all the DVDs because I thought they had more commentary on them, which some of them do. So I've double dipped 2 times since not dipping at all for that first one.
You've long since paid your dues.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask you to use your DVD. I almost bought a Blu-ray the other day. It was a $5 Blu-ray, new of this just for this occasion. But at the same time, if you decide you want to do it as like a ceremonious thing and use your DVD, I won't object either. But we'll probably get a different camera. I don't want to drag this cheap webcam outside and try to do a shot for shot. We'll need better editing than I can provide for that. But that's going to come someday. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy this highlight reel of reactions and potential disappointment to Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm going to go ahead and start it playing now, I think. What better time?
One of the greatest films in some alternate universe.
One of the greatest films that we'll watch this evening. Avatar is good at making these fake things in this animated universe feel real and natural. And that's what makes part of what makes Avatar great. And this is
unnatural.
That start.
Well,
but I've seen that before. Like, I've had time to deliberate on that.
And then this, like, oh, they thought they were going to get a book too.
Do they not do the other books don't ever show up?
No, there was this movie and that was it.
Oh, I just assumed it'd be like a 3-part, like within the movie. Like at some point they'd say book 2.
No. This is all just book 1.
Ew. Does this kid look like he could be like Brendan Fraser's son? Just like maybe a half son.
Yeah. Gosh, I just remember seeing these first images. Like, these were some of the first images that came out. And this got me excited. I was like, oh, like...
It looks like, I mean, all the backdrop and stuff looks legit so far.
I had to get over the whitewashing. Yeah, that's fine. That's Sokka being owned. Or Sokka. One thing. I do like those tattoos.
The tats are pretty cool, yeah.
Like, I was completely down with those tattoos. That's probably one of the coolest things about it. Like, they look really detailed and stuff. I'm not going to exaggerate too much, but the dialogue does sound like a 10th grader wrote it. I'm not going to be like, oh, it sounds like a 4th grader wrote it. It does sound like an untrained 10th grader wrote the dialogue in that scene. But wait, look at all these native Inuit-looking kids.
And Katara.
Yeah, Katara Sokka, just white as the snow out there. And it's just...
Gran pretty white, too. No wonder those kids are white.
Yeah. Well, then I think M. Night tried to be like, oh, well, she's from the Northern Water Tribe.
Or something like that. Yeah, they're whiter up there.
But when they go to Northern Water Tribe, no one looks white either.
Oh, that's too bad.
You know, I kind of like this, just with, I can't say words, this contrast in their heights and the way the angle is, just to show how just menacing Zuko is. Oh, gosh, I'm saying positive things. But that's me being objective.
Yeah,
Iro.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's Iroh.
Oh.
The thing is, I don't think he's that bad. He just doesn't look like the character.
Oh, no, I wouldn't pay attention. I won't speak to his quality whatsoever yet because I haven't been listening to him. But I didn't assume. I don't know who I thought it was going to be, but not Iroh. And I'm not going to say it that way.
The dress looks kind of weird, honestly. And they redid the lore here because she was just saying like the spirit world keeps the balance. Spirit world's not there to keep the balance. It's a separate entity, kind of itself. I mean, sure, some spirit people are like, "Hey, don't burn this forest down. I'm gonna take people," but it's not. That's not their goal. I should like this test, even though it's kind of too easy. Right? Like we've learned from reading Rise of Kyoshi that Avatar tests aren't this easy.
That one is supposed to be kind of an outlier, but then they've also referenced. In that book, don't they reference other times that it's a little messy, or that even with Korra, it wasn't this?
Wait, is that fur underneath his?
Like on the interior of his coat?
Which that goes completely against airbending principles. They're like straight up vegans, or like they don't do anything with.
Yeah, I just see it again.
Maybe it's.
You're like under the collar there?
Under the collar.
It definitely looks like fur, doesn't it?
Yeah. I remember seeing this shot in the trailer. There's some good, just little snippets of moments here where you're like, oh yeah, that's Avatar. Like Aang doing it with his glider, jumping off. So far, we're like 18 minutes into this movie. We're on about episode 3. So that's 6 minutes per episode.
And it's not a long movie either. Okay, well, he made me feel a little sad there. I guess that's doing what he's supposed to do. I got really excited because I started Googling Avatar The Last Airbender, and Avatar The Last Podcasters was the first thing that came up, and I was like, oh, it's us! And then it's because it's my own search history. But I got excited for a moment.
So I kind of do like how Zhao was taunting him there.
I should have been listening a little better, but so, whatever. He seems like a good Zhao.
I mean...
Or good enough.
Not great. I mean, granted, Zhao's not that... No one loves Zhao. And so... Oh, did you notice that the firebenders can't create their own fire?
I didn't. That's a little sad.
I don't... I could take it or leave it. I get it.
I don't know. Firebenders are so much better because they create their own fire.
Yeah,
That's
like,
like
that's
half
part
of
of that,
what
like,
makes them formidable.
It's part of their aggression. They tried to get rid of Appa a lot in this movie to, I guess, not pay for that CG.
As I say, is it fair to
It's
say
why would
that
Appa
he's
just
pretty
go
expensive
flying
to keep
off
around?
somewhere?
That doesn't look very Earthbender proof.
It is not.
It looks super duper Earthbender friendly.
It looks like this would be their ideal.
It looks like they built it, actually. If you had to guess, you're like, who built it? Earthbenders. Oh. What's he doing?
That sounds so racist. I mean, Grand Spy Nation is racist, but... Just gonna look at this.
This is the part that gets picked on a lot, and it's admittedly very...
And then he had to go and do it.
Right, those guys weren't bending. They were just dancing.
See, that was a good move, right?
That was
right
good.
when he did that.
And it was way less
came up.
effort than he put out to throw that rock that I could have thrown with my hand. That seems like a shame, because I would enjoy seeing it, I'm sure.
See, and this is different. Katara, he was saying that Aang had trouble with water bending. Aang picked it up. I mean, that's not objectively a bad thing, right? He just changed
But didn't we determine that water should be a pretty natural one for him to pick up, right? Like air than water, and it should be a strength of his.
Tell me, could you tell that that's the Fire Lord?
No. He looks like an advisor to the Fire Lord, maybe.
Yeah. That's creepy.
Because I'm almost 30 years old, and I still get terrible nightmares when I watch movies.
Wait, we're not 30 yet?
No, it's like a week away, though.
Oh, okay.
Very soon. And here I am watching Avatar The Last Airbender.
Here they're actually trying to give him more. They're trying to give him some type of wall or barrier to get over. But it's so... To me, I don't find it that important to the main plot of the story. So.
That's cool looking. I mean,
Yeah, there's some good looking shots here.
Just kidding.
I like this place. But before,
very cool.
this temple was at the Southern Air Temple.
I would never pick up on details like that without you pointing them out.
See, I like that.
So, yes, good look.
So that's supposed to be... It's supposed to take over Roku's dragon, but he's supposed to be like some spirit that's like just for the Avatar.
That sounds unnecessary when you have so many other spirits you could turn to.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be stealthy, you don't want waves of hair. You don't look like you came out of Motley Crue yesterday. But I keep looking over there because I'm finding other things that are more interesting. I really like the Clayface pop.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's great. What's he next to? I can't see it from here.
That is Ares, the god of war.
From a distance, it definitely looks like Sauron, but I see it now that you say it.
Why is there's a lot of guys just sitting around?
Well, you have to wait your turn to jump in and be disposed of.
That's henchman 101 right
Yeah.
there. Wait your turn, don't jump people. See, then they didn't do the thing of like...
What was the point of running up? Let him be a friend.
I don't like this fire throne room. Like the
it's
fire,
kind of bright and
it's
welcoming.
Yeah. He's still kind of a little lighthearted.
So far, I haven't minded Zuko. I know dialogue and stuff being corny and poor choices, but he acting as Zuko so far has been fine in my opinion.
They're definitely the two best actors. Like they are good actors.
Probably the most qualified humans in the movie.
See, things are just moving really fast. Like we're already, which is interesting, right? Because we are about a little over halfway through this movie, and we're already in the third to last episode of
the end. Better chill out and get good here.
Okay, a lot of people make fun of her.
Yeah,
hair.
that's pretty rough.
We presented ourselves
That's on, I think, the Honest trailers too, and it's
from here.
Oh yeah, that's a great hairdo. You creep, cut it out.
Man, they just move so fast. I keep saying that.
When you raised the point about the third to last episode, like I'm trying to figure out, we've got half that movie bar left. Like, what is that credits? Poor first season. Nobody's gonna defend it when we have our discussion. Not this bad. It doesn't get awesome until the last 2 or 3 episodes. How not to pick up chicks. I can't say anything. I asked Heather out on Facebook. I'm only saying that because I want to see if anybody like sticks and watches our whole episode of this through and like actually comments on what I'm saying right now. But it's true. If you stuck it out, you deserve to hear that.
I think 60% of this movie is... The 60% of the dialogue in this movie is just exposition.
And it's kind of necessary-ish, but really poorly done. They did, but they're not in sync very good, are they? Aang, speed up, man. You're slowing up the process.
Yeah. Although he is a real martial artist, which is one of the... I think he sent them tape, and that's kind of how he got...
I get the deal. I made the joke about his season, sorry, but that is the guy from Slumdog Millionaire, right? Or he's... Yeah, okay. You must be really psyched about that.
Sure.
Is that white people are all the time?
Back to the Future. Godfather, back to us. Everything but Slumdog Millionaire and Boys in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it.
We're white people. So cartoon.
Well, that's pretty though.
I like the scenery.
Yeah, it's good. It feels like it would feel, I guess.
There's a nice little cherry blossom tree there. Is that what they call that?
That one gets made fun of a lot, that scene right there.
Well, it's like, let's introduce everybody through some exposition.
Plus, you've already kind of met, like, they haven't talked or interacted until this point, really, but they've met in the first scene, essentially.
Was
that's cool.
Oh, yeah, that someone was like, this Komodo dragon deserves better than this movie. That's a good shot. That is a good shot right there.
It kind of reminds me of like a Lord of the Rings. Like, it feels really epic. I thought I would interrupt you less in real life than I do on the phone because of like the minor lag time in there, but it turns out I interrupt you just as much when I'm sitting right here. It's not intentional.
I do think the best thing about this movie might be those tattoos.
I'm on board with that. I don't know. I'm pretty fan of that. Komodo dragon. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Why not?
I'm so excited. And book 2 would have been cool just for giant badger moles. That would have been awesome.
Look how much taller he is. Like, even Zuko's not that much taller than Aang in the cartoon. Which I don't care. I don't mind.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You remember, I think one of the first fights we've seen of them two against each other, I think it was the Warriors of Kyoshi. Like, they're battling on top of, like, a well, and, like, you just, like, fire, air, dun, dun.
And it's very fast.
Yeah.
And, like,
there was just like, hey, let's just, sure, we got this magic powers.
I think one of our complaints of that episode was that the fight was too short.
Yeah.
Like, it was all contained within, like, a 1 minute span. It's like, we could have watched 10 minutes of just that.
There's something... Zhao's aggression is missing in this film, right? I think Zhao in the first season is used to show Zuko like where your aggression gets you, and he's not showing.
And also like a stereotype firebender. Come on, Iroh.
I just like that Iroh's he's able to bend the fire.
He does. He deserves to create his own fire.
I don't like bash on Seisha Greybill because she does a great job in the animated Legend of Korra, and she's not given enough good lines here.
And like, zero development. We get a character, which, you know, to be fair, kind of in the cartoon, I do have a complaint with, like, they just go from zero to besties real quick.
I think they do a lot of good flirting at first.
There's way more build up than there is. There's infinitely more build up than there is here.
There's one big thing missing.
Is he not going to go in the Avatar state and ruin everything?
Nah, there's no giant koi fish.
Why not? It's literally in our favorite parts of season 1. That was the favorite part.
So that was a clear bait and switch, right? So in the trailer, they show those 4 water things coming at Zhao. So when you watch the trailer, you think, oh, that's the ocean spirit fingers coming to grab Zhao.
Oh, that's harsh. I should have watched the trailer before. That'd have been funny. This looks like it's gonna be interesting.
You know, that's a fairly good shot, right? They're all bowing to him. He's out, even though they're not. Look.
I like that in the tattoos, in the glow, you can still see some of the detail of the tattoos.
But it's like kind of bending, kind of merging together, but you can,
you can still make it out. Yeah, it did feel a little anticlimactic there too. Like you kind of expected a crash, like an actual climax at some point. It didn't really have that. It was kind of a dull.
No, this movie just it lacks a lot of confrontation between characters. Like Avatar is all about, one of the great things about Avatar is these characters and their interactions with each other. This one just lacked it all because most of the interaction was just exposition. That flashback he had to the air temple, all of them bowed to him. He wasn't ready to receive that. Now everyone here bows to him, and he's finally ready to take that on. Written, produced, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Based on the series, otherwise created by Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. They
were probably like, "Can you take our names off?" That just
they wanted to, but then someone was like, "Hey, your name's gonna be on a movie." Wait, Kathleen Kennedy produced this?
I don't even know who that is. That means nothing to me.
That's so funny.
The credit sequence has more action than the last 10 minutes.
James Newton Howard music. Good job there.
Yeah, nicely done. We appreciate what you've done.
Even though it did not feel like Avatar. Like Avatar, that's his name, Mel Ringer, the actor fan.
It didn't fit Avatar, but it felt appropriate within the movie.
Right?
I guess. Without giving too much away, though, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's exactly what I expected in the big picture of how I would feel about it. Like, yeah, it's terrible, and I'll never watch it again, but I don't feel, like, personally attacked. It's just crap, that's all.
I do think that might have been the last time I'll ever watch this.
I said, I won't make you use your DVD, but at some point I'm going to beat a DVD with a baseball bat. And if it's voluntarily yours, then that'll just make it more impactful. You could even keep the case on your shelf as like a memoir of write the URL down on a slip of paper or the YouTube and put it in the case and be like, oh yeah, we hit it with a baseball bat.
Gag reel.
I was gonna say, can we start with the gag reel?
The gag reel?
We're starting with the gag reel. But yeah, it's just gonna worth another hour of the movie.
What the heck is that?
Oh. What the? It was like the two old guys from the Muppets, but way creepier. Walter, Statler, and Waldorf.
Well, this is more entertaining than
at least they didn't know how bad it was going to be when they were making it, right?
Oh, this looks as bad as it. Oh,
it looks exactly as bad as it did when they did it.
Yeah. All right, these are the deleted scenes, and there's so much.
Charge up.
No, it's a little bit too African now.
That's probably what they said. Is like, there's not enough white people in this scene.
When they're doing African tribal dances. Also, this is me nitpicking. And granted, it's a deleted scene, but these look like air nomads with that color scheme.
The garb is. I'm sorry, it's not karate, but.
See, if they had this training sequence in the movie, but with him like down talking her about like, oh, you're a girl. Like most of our girls train in the huts to heal, and like if he would just continue to be like misogynistic, it would have given Katara more story.
Like in the movie or in the TV show, he's very aggressive and upfront.
Yeah, like I just remember that scene of him just like, you want to learn waterbending? Study closely, and just like,
like he starts trying to kill children, and it's very exciting. I will say that these deleted scenes are so far some of the worst scenes, so at least they made appropriate choices.
Especially that fortune teller scene.
Trelawney, some Harry Potter action there. That was awkward. I'm uncomfortable just having seen that.
Okay, so there's this scene. I've seen this before. I don't think it's that bad. It's interesting.
I'm sure that's how that works.
General Iro displayed the ability to self-manifest fire during the battle.
Oh, he shouldn't be surprised by this at all. He should be able to do the same thing.
I'm certain he can do the same thing.
They said the Avatar
He's probably like, I never should have taught him that.
bend 3 fields of
Watch this trick I can perform by just moving one of those over here.
Sir, a child can do that. Oh, wait. You know, I take back what I said before. This is dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb for so many reasons. You're burning your own land. And then
Those
you're
sucked.
comparing a random soldier to the Avatar, who is the most powerful person in the world.
Do you care to give any type of like quick summary here at the end before we move on to our actual review in Objective Geek format?
This was the most enjoyment I've got of watching this film ever. So that's good. But it didn't get better. It got worse. Oh, you know what? I do think in this time, maybe because I was more so trying to review it, I found more good things to say about it.
As a first-time watcher, I didn't have a hard time picking out a few things that I enjoyed. But there was nothing... Everything else that I expected and that I had heard of was like true. Like people aren't being dramatic when they say it's horrible, but yeah, it was still easy. I didn't have to work too hard to pick out some of those good things that we noted. But I don't want to speak too much. When we come back next time, and we'll do a regular movie review as one of our podcasts, and looking forward to the review because it'll probably be more interesting. You know the worst part about this? I had to watch this again to cut it down. Usually have to watch it twice.
The thing is,
that's atrocious.
It might not stay on YouTube because they might.
And then if YouTube takes it down, it's gonna be. I think that YouTube might take it down and be like, listen, it's gonna be better for your what do you call it, your algorithm, anyways. But hey, that was our reactions to this beautiful piece of cinema. I don't even know what to call it. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to join us next time when we give the actual review. And we will talk to you soon. I'm sitting a really long way from the computer. I'm going to try to get rid of this in efficient fashion. All right, see you later.